kids. All right, so I wanted to go over with you how you're going to do your final exam lab. In this case, you are going to be creating a child by determining some genes randomly using a coin. So you will need a coin. It could be a penny, dime, quarter, does not matter. I'm going to refer to it as a penny. So you have two forms in your files for your final exam. The Word document one is the one you're going to turn into me along with a picture of the baby you create. And the PDF is just a guideline for you on the traits. So if you scroll down on that, you'll see a data chart similar to the one you're going to turn in. And then here's where our traits are. So we're going to start by determining the sex of your baby. So we're going to say that heads is dominant for our traits. Heads is dominant, and tails represents recessive. And so remember, dominant alleles are shown by a capital letter, and recessive alleles are shown by a lowercase letter. For sex, however, these are your sex chromosomes. So we're going to say heads represents an X chromosome, and tail represents a Y chromosome. So if you flip your coin and you get a Y chromosome or tail, that automatically means you're going to get a boy, okay? Because if you have an X and a Y, you're a boy. If you flip and you get an X, then you flip a second time and see if you get an X or a Y. So I'm going to flip one time, for example, and say this time I get a heads. So I would have an X for my baby. And then I flip my coin another time and I get a tail. So that would give me a Y. All right. And so my genotype for sex is XY, and my phenotype, what they're going to look like is they're going to be male. All right. So my baby's going to be a male. All right. The rest of them just have to do with dominant and recessive traits. So like face shape, for example, we got the letter R on here. So you should be using the same letters as are shown in your guide here. So I'm going to flip my coin, and the first time I flip my coin, I got a tail. That means it's recessive, so I would have a little r. The second time I flip my coin, I got a head, and this time heads is going to be dominant, so that's going to be a big R. And I put the two together to get my genotype, which would be big R, little r, because you always put your dominant out front. And to see what they're going to look like, I go back to my guide. So if I have big R, little r, I'm going to have a round head. And so I'm going to put round there, okay? And that's how you're going to do, all right, sorry, interruption. So that's how you're going to get your genotypes and phenotypes for all these traits. Now, some traits are multiple allele traits. So when you go down to hair color, for example, and you'll notice there's a separate thing down here for hair color, you're going to flip twice. So you got A's and B's. So you're going to flip twice for mom, one for the A, and let's say the first time I flipped, I got a head, so I'd have a dominant A, and I flipped for mom for B, so I flipped for mom for B, and I got a tail, so that's a lowercase b. And then I'm going to flip for dad, and let's say for dad, I got heads the first time, which is a capital A, and I flipped for dads, and I got heads again, so I got a capital B. For my genotype, I have to put them together, and you put like letters together, so I have a big A, big B, little b. And so then to see the phenotype, I would go in here and find that where I have two big A's and a big B and a little b, and then my kid would have black hair, and that would be my phenotype. So there's going to be a lot of flipping of your coins to get your characteristics, and it's fun to do it randomly and not try to cheat. And what you're going to do at the end is draw your baby, and you're going to paste a picture down here. So you're going to have to take a picture with either your computer or your cell phone, and paste your picture of your baby, and the uglier the better because it's funny. And that's what you're going to turn into me for your final exam. So have fun making your ugly babies. Bye, guys.